Let's dial this fucking thing in, boys.
Let's do that. Make sure everything's... You good over there, K-Dog? Everything's
Of course he's good. It's fucking K.
Hey,
You ain't gotta worry about him.
Work with him.
He's gotta worry about you.
Hey, listen. The ball. He actually told me. What was that you said? It was a few months ago. You're like, I don't ever have to worry about you. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like,
Usually don't.
you just got your shit together. I'm like, that doesn't make sense.
Here's the problem.
Why don't you have your shit together?
How long ago did you pay him that compliment?
Back in August.
And you're still fucking hearing about it.
Well, that's the first time that's me. Then. That's what I do. I'm the shit show, man. Welcome.
I just love that. I think I paid you a compliment in 2017. I think you brought it up a couple times.
You did?
Yeah, I didn't know you were 17. I'm making that up.
No, I'm pretty sure you did, bro. We did the show back then. You showed up at the end of
Fuck, I guess I might have been here in 17. I don't know.
Had to be. Yeah, had to be.
It was like right at the end.
Yeah.
Towards the end, it was like that.
Well,
Yeah, it was right in the pocket.
end of the season though.
Yeah.
Because we did an 8-month break and then came back.
I guess I moved here in August, something like that.
Yeah, it was like that.
I could go look up. I got a picture I can find. We'll look at it at the end of the podcast.
I'm sure it's in there.
We'll find that. We'll
I'm
find
sure
that
it's in
circle.
there.
Oh yeah. Caden, you want to chime us in, baby?
Alright. 3, 2, action.
You talking to me? I'm talking to you, and this is Talking to Me, Talking to You. And I'm joined by Sandwich Jones.
Which camera am I supposed to look at?
Which one you want to look at? You can look at that one, this one, that one. I mean,
How many times do you get to make that joke, though? Is what.
I've done it probably 4 times at least. Adam Lee said something about it. He's like, which one am I supposed to look at?
Yeah, the great minds think alike on that joke.
Welcome, man. Thanks for coming back. You know, this is actually like almost exactly 1 year from the time that you showed up last time here.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, yeah.
It was like March or something
Something
like that.
Yeah. It was right when I first moved into my house.
Yeah, I was a little bit more of a shit show back then. I kind of dialed in a little bit better on the whole doing stuff.
I've only increased my shit show, so.
My intro is actually
That wasn't bad.
not bad. Last time I said some, I can't remember. It was just dumb. I'll look it up. But it was.
I think you were just like, this is
this is the thing. Welcome. No, man. Thank you seriously for coming back out. We're we gotta
right down the road.
Yeah. We're close. We gotta.
Caden, what? Can you get in here?
You want to get Caden? Caden, you want to come sit? You want to sit on the couch?
For fuck's
Come sit on the
sake.
couch.
We're saving mine. We're saving
No, but you can sit on the couch with Sandwich.
can
It's
get
just
in
like
here.
with Ricky and old JC. Come on, get in here.
All right,
Get in
move on.
Saving it. Jesus.
No, man, I got you here. I brought you here. The reason I brought you here this time around was because you've been kind of dropping some music on us lately. It's John Wayne Gretzky.
I've been dropping music for a long time. I just always did it at like 4 a.m, and then it would just disappear into the ether of my Facebook ramblings. That seemed like the best choice. I still do it.
No, yeah, that's what I
If
was
you'll
gonna say.
catch me at 3 a.m, you might catch a random piece of content that no one will remember.
You do like the whole you drop it at 3 and then at like 5 in the morning you go, oh man, I don't like this anymore. You take it off.
Oh, I only delete posts when I'm catty or being petty, and then I'll make a sub post after like I deleted something.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I'm
I've noticed
accountable.
that. Yeah, I like that about you. You at least you're like, you know what, guys, that was some dumb shit I said. I'm gonna apologize and say I was dumb about it.
Sometimes we say too much.
But the John Wayne Gretzky though, you kind of been releasing music under that. What made you think of that name? I mean, obviously
I
besides
have no clue.
John Wayne and Wayne Gretzky, which is a little fun play on names.
It's John Wayne, and then there's
Wayne Gretzky, the
and
hockey
then
player.
there's John Wayne Gacy.
Oh shit! So 3
Yeah.
names on play, which is funny. We
And
talked about serial killers last time on the podcast.
And I think there was a 4th one that someone said that I was like, oh shit, didn't think about that. But I don't remember. I don't know. I wish I had a clever reason for that name, but I just seen it and was like, that's
It
pretty
sounds cool. I mean, I like the name. The music's pretty cool too. I mean, it's like so. Normally, I know you as like a metalhead. Like you're dope at playing guitar. Like you're super talented playing guitar. You could shred. The famous video of you
Eating a sandwich.
eating
yeah.
a sandwich, playing the pink Hello Kitty guitar.
I could come up with a cure for some strange disease, and that video with me eating a sandwich and playing solos would get more views. Like any content I'm serious about will be like 60 views, and it'll have good engagement. And not like I really care, but that thing just still, like, even to this day gets views. And I'm just like, why?
Well, it's just a fun video.
Such a weird meme.
It's the internet, dude. I mean, the internet is just unforgiving on the like meme content. Like they just want the dumbest, purest shit they can get. And
there's gifs of that one. We almost had a shirt out of it.
oh, you should still do that.
Maybe.
I mean, I'd get one of those shirts.
I might one of these days. It feels weird. It feels like a weird sell.
I mean, dude. I mean, everything's weird. So if you
some folks
technicalize it,
some folks can just do that. I feel like if I do it, everybody will be like, "That's a cash grab."
I mean, isn't it all cash grab? Really? I mean, genuineness.
I try to do things that I care about mostly.
Same, 100%. I mean, I do this for free. I mean, you guys gotta do shit.
This could potentially make money.
But you can make money.
Though.
Exactly. Like
you just need some sponsors.
Just need the right conversations to happen.
Thank you to Squarespace for being our sponsor today.
Don't get a website there. Unless they sponsor me, then you can get a website there.
I was gonna make a joke with some sort of code, but I couldn't think of anything.
Oh yeah, like a. Did you see that QR code by the way on the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I didn't.
I didn't scan it. I just was curious if you've seen it. Everybody in my house was like freaking out about it. Like, what the hell is this? Did we get hacked? You know, I mean,
I watched the Super Bowl, but I didn't pay much attention after, like during the halftime. I was like kind of just sleeping. I was like napping in and out for that as an old man.
It was decent.
I watched it later. It seemed fine.
It was good.
But once the game kept back on, I was
you're back on there.
Pissed off.
Are you a sports guy, Sandwich?
I like sports. I don't watch a ton of sports these days, but I do watch a shit ton of 30 for 30 documentaries on ESPN.
Oh, yeah. Those are good,
I've seen all those at this point.
So you got like ESPN looking through them and stuff?
Oh, God. I watched... Well, if you get the app, it just has them all.
Yeah. Those are awesome.
I've watched all those. Those are good.
See, I like... I watch football, but mostly just for the Bengals. And then I watch fights. I watch people fight.
It's for me, the Bengals, but... college basketball.
You like, college basketball. See, that's like the one sport in baseball I don't really get into much. Back to...
we got off the rails.
Yeah, we got off the rails. It's okay, though. That's what this is all about. But talking about your music, though, I like the name. I like the songs. Like, I was very surprised when you started releasing those. Like I said, like I know you as a metal dude.
Right.
And a riffer, like... You've been doing that for, a decade before, just as from a teenager until nowadays?
I think I've been in bands since 2003.
Yeah.
Ho, ho, ho.
What was that? Oh, that's Caden.
Are you butt dialing right now?
No, it's going through my message.
That's you, baby. I can't do nothing about that.
You can turn my volume down.
Yeah, you can just mute it. Now am I getting a call?
Mute button don't work.
I got a Snapchat. Hi.
I got it. Don't worry.
Don't edit that. That's perfect. Don't change any of this.
Caden?
Let this thing just...
We're going to keep me bullying Caden to get on the podcast, too.
Don't you edit a thing. Let this thing just be... Let it be rowdy.
Like I was saying, though, you've known to me, at least as a metalhead, super good at guitar, riffing and shit like that, and then you come out and you drop... I like to call it like this sad boy.
It's sad bastard music.
Yeah,
don't polish a turd.
Sad bastard music. I like it. It's definitely got like an alternative indie. Like I like the sound. It reminds me of like Flaming Lips and Built to Spill. Kind of Yo La Tango, but less on the rock side, more on the like indie acoustic side.
Well, I've been in bands since 2004. Maybe even before that a little bit. And I've played music forever, but I've always been into like softer shit.
Yeah.
Like I grew up obsessed. I mean, I'm old as shit. So like I grew up listening to Alice in Chains and shit, and lots of that 90s alternative stuff when it was still mildly relevant before it had the resurgence. Back when we didn't have CDs. CDs nuts. I'm sorry.
Tape them to your face.
But so I've always been into that shit. Like one of my biggest influences is the band Silverchair.
Okay, yeah.
That the album they got produced by the producer of the Beach Boys. Like Emotion Sickness has like that giant swell.
Oh, that was produced by the guy that helped with the Beach Boys?
I'm pretty sure of it. It's been a long time.
Did you say the producer of the Beach Boys?
Producer, I do believe.
Okay.
that's a factoid in my head that's been there forever, so it could be off. But
Very cool.
just that whole concept of like songs that are way bigger than they should be, and like giant choruses and things and orchestras. So I've always been into that stuff, and I've always played around with that stuff. Even like I can think back to like 2012. I was still fiddling around because I've been recording for as long as I've been playing music, because we couldn't afford a fucking recording studio, let alone any of that stuff. And so I've always just been, that's like my first love before video and all this content stuff.
I feel that. Yeah, same.
So I chased it and never really cared for what I was making. I never felt like I was on a level that I felt confident enough to put out. And then I moved here and met Adam Lees and Kleppers and everybody on the east side that are way too good, way too good for their own good. So like that makes sense to me. Like we did that video in my dining room with Jimmy.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, Jimmy Klepper. And
was that the We Could Leave?
Yeah, that song, yeah.
Toronto.
He did it in one take.
Yeah.
And he was like, "You think that was it?" And I'm like, "Yeah, no, that was it.
Duh.
That was fun. That was what? How?"
It's always funny doing secondary takes. It's like, you guys don't need to do that. We fucked up, but you don't need to do it.
How did you do? Why? How? But like last year, at the end of 2020, it started to. I'd say the beginning of 2020. I became single and damn it, I'm gonna have to scoot back further. Let me scoot back further. Oh,
let's roll back.
Pop. Let's scoot back. It's a hard story to tell. My brain's fried. But I started playing around with some songs, and I was still in the band Daywalker. Yeah. So I was in that band, and there was a show at a comic shop down in Hebron, something like that. And they were like, "You should play it." And I'm like, "I have 2 songs." And they're like, "Who cares? That's perfect. Do it." And I'm like, "No, I don't want to." "Yeah, but you're gonna do it." So okay, I did it. I played 2 songs. It was awkward as hell. And then I kind of just put it off because I left Daywalker and started doing content full tilt because I didn't really have anything to stop me after that. And 2020, I became single, so it wasn't as awkward to like work on singing with someone else in the house going like, "Sheesh, shut the hell up."
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And then once I got my house in 2021, it was like, okay, cool, there's no one around to hear how bad it's going to be.
I can suck out loud so I can get better.
Yeah, because that's like, I was always just really paranoid of that, like someone just rolling their fucking eyes. Like somehow I would know that they were rolling their eyes.
It's funny.
Somewhere.
Yeah, no, it's funny you say that because I literally, when my mom's basement, I would be playing loud as shit, but because nobody was in the room, I didn't care. But as soon as my mom walked in or somebody came down to like tell me to shut up, it's like, it's over. I'm nervous now, and it just fucking ruins the whole vibe. Yeah.
So in 2021, I mean, I stayed busy, thankfully, but like, yeah, any waking hour I worked on it, and I have a good pal. Emily Seidel, she's been in a bunch of bands, mostly heavy bands, and she went to, I think, NKU and then a different college, but she went to she's classically trained musician and she does voice lessons. So she's been just dialing me in as much as she can.
Yeah, I can tell you've gotten better in the course of the year, like just from the few songs you came out, like from the beginning into the most recent. You can tell your vocals are like you're hitting the right like things you want to do.
It's been weird to see it just kind of start working. Hello, to see it just work is weird. There's still this level of like, well, that shouldn't have been so easy. Let's try this. So like that's kind of how it's just worked. But like, as far as heavy music goes, I'll always make heavy stuff just for fun. But this project is more rewarding. Yeah. Even though like 6 people hear it, I don't really care. But
I think more people hear it than you think.
I just
me and Kate are 2 of them. So there's
I know maybe 3.5.
Three in this room right now, including yourself.
I have a friend who's a bit shorter, with peace and love. He counts as a half, so I know at least another 3.5.
He's just half a dude.
Yeah, but like, yeah, it's weird, and it's the same with with most people. Is like, it's like I only know you to play really heavy stuff, and
I mean, yeah, That makes sense. I've only known you for I've known you for like 5 years now.
Yeah,
Jesus
it's
Christ,
crazy.
What the fuck?
It's been a long time.
Why
up
is
here.
it that long already? I mean, seriously, it just feels like 2 years ago that Sandwich Jens walked onto a set and they're like, all right.
Just started showing up. It drives it. It's weird in my head too because I think about like I moved up here with like a backpack and just some shit, like just a little bit of shit, and was like, "What's up, guys? I film now."
Yeah, when you came here, because you was in a kind of a hard spot, like when you came here, weren't
Perpetually,
you?
in a hard
Yeah.
spot, yeah.
I remember. I didn't know you or learn much about you at the time, but I do remember throughout the years hearing like small bits of that story.
Came up here with nothing. I mean, shit, and now it's weird, man. I mean, I think all of us are like that. That we've all been.
Yeah, like weirdly, like I don't know. It's like this. It's like you're in the same place, but it's a different time, man. You know, it's like we just literally just had that epiphany just now. Well, fuck, it's been 5 years.
In 5 years,
Fuck.
man.
Here we are.
All the batshit crazy stuff we've done in 5 years. Pretty wild.
So with the John Wayne Gretzky, what's like your future plans with it? I mean,
I don't have any.
You don't have any right now. You have an album maybe you're wanting to put together, maybe an EP.
I have enough songs. I'm kind of just putting them out as I go.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really have a plan other than I do want to play some shows, and I do have some conversations as far as that goes. I'm just kind of waiting for me to feel like it's consistent.
Mm-hmm.
I can play the songs. Feels good to play the songs. I've made it a point, and all the Gretzky stuff, that everything that I write has to be able to be played. I mean, granted, I don't have a fucking orchestra.
No studio.
Yeah, there's no secret sauce there. I mean, granted, some songs have full band, some songs have orchestra, but like the bare bones of the song I could play by myself just fine. And I do sort of have a full band that I could tap in, but it would be more of a process to get all that together.
It's a whole big project.
Because some of those folks are in Tennessee. So
oh, okay, yeah. So that'd be a whole other project.
It would be a much more like future plan thing to play that out.
Well, so then you do have future plans to a certain degree, at least in the air.
They exist in some sort.
They're foggy.
Way, yeah.
They're not clouds yet. They're not thought bubbles yet, but they're there.
It would be cool to take it more serious, but to take it more serious means that I have to take more time away from like my business,
everything else, yeah.
And that's not realistic at the moment.
Yeah.
Like it's still, as busy as I might get at times, it's still chasing work. So.
Well, I mean, speaking of that, I mean, that's where you're really like kick ass at now, and especially in the recent years, is the video stuff. I mean, you've done videos for fucking countless cool bands. A lot of them we know, like Sunday Drive, Cena Funnies, No Smith, Starless, and then a shit ton that I have no idea about.
It's like it's shout out to Starless. It's like anytime we talk about a music video, and it's like, imagine there's a kingdom.
Yeah, literally.
And then we blow up buildings.
And there's also this like this insurgency that's coming through the town.
So like, what do you think? You think we can do that in a month? And I'm like, yeah, I think we might.
We might be able to pull something off. Well, so like, what kind of videos do you like doing the most? Like, because I mean, you've done so many different types now. Like, what's your favorite? Like, you like playing with the CG green screen stuff a lot? Do you like doing a more realistic based idea, or do you like doing the story?
I honestly
building?
I really like when it's a sure thing. And when I say sure thing, I mean when I'm in a room with a band and we're all just like on the same page.
Yeah.
And there's no like, I don't know. I've worked with some bands, and I'm not calling out anybody, and this is with peace and love because they're still great bands. But there are some bands that don't have a plan at all.
Yeah.
And they don't really care what you do. And that's exhausting.
Yeah.
Because, like, I don't know your band. I know what the song means lyrically to me when I read it.
Yeah.
But for me to completely conceptualize what this should be for your band and... I'm going to rhyme, for your brand, there's problems there. And it's not a bad thing per se, and sometimes that can be cool. But I do love when it's like this extreme collaborative thing of like, I've got this idea, cool, let's do that. And then it just comes together. Like, I did a video not that long ago for a band called Spirit Board. And I think we had, that video, like...
That's cool. I like the concept.
That video came together so quick. And it was one of those things like I've never met any of those dudes, and we kind of had a couple conversations on Messenger. They kind of gave me a gist of the idea, and then we had a video call and we were talking for like maybe 20 minutes, and then they said they had a spot in Indiana to do it, and I ranted for another 5 minutes because I fucking hate Indiana, not because of the people. But because of the traffic, because of the construction.
Oh yeah, it's almost.
I drove from here to Chicago once, and I wanted to fight.
Dude, it's horrible.
But
all the hills go away too.
oh, so
it's just flat.
It's nothing. It's just not. I was flipping out. But it was bad. But with that band, I showed up, and it was just kind of like they had a little like triage set up for everybody to like get in dialed in with the costumes and all that stuff. And they had they really kind of had a basic idea, and they had a person in their band that kind of worked as the point. He was like the one that had the structure of it. Yeah. And everybody trusted him with that structure.
That's so good to have.
And so he was like the liaison for the whole thing. Everybody had ideas, but he was the one that kind of made sure that
he was melting it.
Yeah, he was making sure that their goals for the video were still in alignment for what we got out of it while we all collaborated. And that video came together in like 5-6 hours, and I cut it as soon as I got home I think the next day I cut it in like 40 minutes. And it was like 2 notes, it was done.
That's awesome. And that's the best like case scenario. Like you're saying with the other scenario, basically you'd have to be a fan of the music and know it before you could concept an idea. You know what I mean? That like would actually match what the vibe is that the band is doing.
I think it's just like
us and Seeing the Funny. Like before we made our first video, we had been a fan of them for like a year and a half, 2 years at that point.
Course,
so we knew the shit.
Well,
so we knew what to do.
And even with bands that I'm close with, that's still hard. Like
for sure.
The thing that I'm guilty of consistently, like 5 years consistently, today even consistently, I do so many different things at once. So like one day I'm going to do a lyric video. That same day I probably got to cut a wedding, and then I might be working on my own music that same day as well and learning some new technique. And so when it comes to something like a music video where we go out and we shoot and we build something and we have this plan and then we cut it, it's quick for me to do that in the short game because I was there for it. I know what happened. I can remember things, you know. Yeah. We have brains that memorize things. It's fucking crazy.
It's insane.
But with that memory, we can like, you know, go, okay, well, I shot this and we were talking about this and I put those things together. Mm-hmm. When I have to build all that content in a box without any real direction or like, I'll have people send me references, but then there's some people that'll still be like, I don't know. And that sucks. Yeah. But, you know, we still get it done.
It's almost like
takes a while.
It's like the comparison of like the Justice League with the original cut and the Snyder cut. Like there's completely different things, completely different minds, completely different like outcomes. And
no one's gonna do the same thing. Like ever. You all do a video. We do the same video. It's gonna be different.
Completely.
And that's cool.
That's what makes art and artist special and individual.
Yeah, there's no one size fits all for this stuff. I turn stuff down all the time that I know that like is either unrealistic for me to do or because it's just not a good fit. And usually I'll refer somebody to something, you know, but like, yeah, it's very particular. And I've learned over the years to like be more accepting of that and not just try to do everything.
Yeah, man. And it takes a team to make dreams work. You know what I'm saying?
Like we had a blast on the Noah Smith video.
Oh yeah, that was fun, and that was the first time, which is hilarious. That's the first time me and you've ever worked together. But like we've known each other and done the same shit for years. But it was like, and kudos to Noah for actually like linking the chain finally, and that was cool because like I got to do what I do, which is set design and lighting and
it was cool.
Bring in that element, and then you just rocked your camera, and I feel like it made your job easier. It made my job easier on like what a full set would be. I didn't have to. Dude, let me tell you, it was nice to not have to worry about any storyboarding, bro. Like that's normally like my main consensus is like, okay, where's the continuity? Where's the story? What's the thing? What's
Yeah.
the angle? What's the shot? I just went, does this look good, guys? And you're like, this looks good. I'm like, all right, cool, make the fuck out of the way.
I've been working on doing a breakdown of that video for just because it's good content.
Yeah, it's fun.
And it's gonna be funny to bring some of that up because I have a bunch of shots of you just standing in a spot on
Please.
stage, just
Yes.
going.
Looking at the lights, making sure they're right. Which, dude, till the last minute, I kept looking. I'm like, man, something's wrong. And it just that last second,
Yeah, just
fix
gotta
it.
pitch that one. Yeah,
Yeah, I had to
It
pitch that
came
one
together.
light down.
There's just something about that kind of stuff. Like that video was a fun day.
Yeah,
It was a long day,
yeah,
but it was a fun day.
very fun.
And then the cut came together really nice. There wasn't a ton of notes because I think that was honestly one of the like most difficult videos for me. Prior to filming it, I was really stressed out because it's not that Noah doesn't trust me, but it was just kind of building that plan. He's one of the most like
Very deliberate.
yeah, he's one of the most engaged content wise people for his brand.
Yeah,
I don't want to call it a brand. He's Noah Smith.
Yeah.
He's
he
not-
is his brand.
Yeah, he's not a corporate type of dude. And it was cool to just see him be able to engage like that. And it helped me in the grand scheme too because it was like I had to think about it more, which meant that by the time we got to the day to shoot it, it was like
It was all
let's
there.
knock it out. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And it was definitely a new take on what I do, which was really cool.
It was, and I felt that too. You know, I remember you're like, I bought this fucking tripod. I'm gonna use the son of a bitch.
Almost 5 years of my career, I've never owned a tripod until now.
That blows my mind because I swear I bet you Kate all the time about bringing the tripod. That's like our most utilized tool.
I use mine all the time now.
Oh, it's a good tool, man, especially for the nice, clean, crispy shots. So you don't want to move and shit, or
Well-
even just a almost like a crane like movement. You know.
Well, I'm just so
cool.
used to, most of my content up until the last few years has just been like heavy videos. So it's just a lot of movement.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of this.
Yeah, so it's cool to be able to do things differently now for different things. Like I do a ton of corporate stuff now, and I had a monopod, and my camera's too heavy for that monopod, and it would start to warp.
Ooh.
That one little leg, that one sorry ass little leg would start to warp, and people made fun of that so hard. And I was like, I can't have these people making fun of me like this. So I went and got that tripod I have now, which was like $400.
Like you said, you do so much shit. Like you were talking about. What of all the things you do? Like what do you enjoy the most doing? Like you said, you do music, you do the
I don't know.
videos, you do podcasting. I can tell you what I enjoy out of all this shit. Because I feel you, man. I do a lot. Same. Like I do. Like every day is like 3 different things in one. So like, but what would you say is like what are you most excited for?
Well, you said you would say yours.
the film, because it's
Well, that's fair. You all are really getting free reign to go for it. I
yeah.
get
We're
that.
just that's ours. I mean, that's born
And there's
bred
something
us.
about that that's just it'll keep you up at night thinking about it, which
does.
is a whole thing. I think for me right now, it's making my own songs. I love all the stuff I get to do, and it's kind of crazy the things I get to do, but like making music has just always been my first love. So like that's been really rewarding. And now that I have a setup, like I do, I can just at any point pick up a guitar and hit record. So it's cool in that sense. But I am super excited for all the stuff I have coming up. Like a few months ago, I got to film Knocked Loose and do
I
the
seen
mix
that.
for that, which combines both of my loves at the same time, which is cool. But,
They're a killer band.
they're doing it. That was an insane show. But then I have Converge coming up, which is
Okay.
like,
Yeah. That's
what are you gonna do?
You
It's
like,
Converge.
they're one of your favorites.
Converge is like historically one of the biggest heavy bands ever. I'll say it. So that's coming up, and then just things like that are exciting. But I don't know. I just wake up and try to just
Do it.
be functional.
Hey, amen, man.
That's good enough.
I feel it. I feel that. So since you're on my podcast, I mean, how's your podcast been going?
Oh, we've been on a break.
Yeah, I noticed that, dude. I noticed also. I got on Spotify and like some of the episodes are disappearing. What's going on? It's weird. It's like episode 10 is the only one there. I'm like, what the?
We
hell?
haven't looked at it.
It's. What was
I'll
the
have to
last
take a
episode you
look.
guys did?
I don't know.
You know,
We
Further
have
Riff Podcast. We don't know what the fuck's going on.
we
Go watch it.
the important thing to state was like this is a podcast.
Yes.
What we do is considered a podcast.
Yes.
And I would love for it to be this thing that I want it to be, and Michael does this just the same. Like, I mean, he loves it just as much. It was his baby. He's the one that wanted to do it.
Yeah.
And I kind of was like,
I got the
okay,
stuff.
we can do that probably.
Yeah.
You know, out of all the ideas we've had over the years, that thing kind of came together, and we both love it. It is very special to us, especially because as the closest best friends that we are,
You guys can just
you know,
shoot the shit.
and it's great for us because we get to hang out more, and that's really, I think, at the end of the day, the most important thing to us.
That's really cool. I mean,
So, I think we'll come back around on Further Riff. Right now, it's just he's got a whole bunch of crazy stuff going on, and I've been going through all my stuff. So you know, there's never been any pressure to do it or not do it. We don't. care.
yeah.
And like we've had that conversation where it's like, dude, don't fucking worry about it. Like we have real life stuff to worry about. This podcast is really fun, but who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Like it's.
And that's a cool take on like, and that fits right into what your guys' is like self is like. That's originally you guys. You know,
Yeah.
like I feel like the vibe and the show, like what you guys give off. It's like you do a few episodes just like mail reading. I think where you're just like,
Yeah.
here we fucking are.
Yeah.
It's funny. It makes me laugh about like because the way
It's
you guys hit
obnoxious
it.
as hell. And we know that like that podcast will never go anywhere because we
Who
say
fucking
terrible
knows?
fucking
Well,
things.
people, I like terrible things.
Most people do, but as far as like,
Have you seen our films?
thank you for our sponsor today, World of Warships.
I will never be sponsored by a shitty mobile game. Let me
I
get
totally
that straight.
would. World
I
of
mean-
Warships is a fantastic mobile game
Okay, if
with
I play
all
it-
kinds of different characters and a world that you can build
You
for
could be
yourself.
a zombie. You could be a lord. You could be a warlock.
I'm a level 6 mage. Fuck you.
Oh, the crime boss games. Be a boss.
I love the ads so much.
Right. Oh man. Well, Sandwich. I got one more thing to hit you with before I let you leave this here.
You
dungeon.
owe me some money. I'm making you all kinds of money with these ads.
I know, right? Shit, I'll send you a check. But no, my last question. I think I've heard the story before, but I just want to get it from your mouth on the podcast so I can remember. Why and how did you end up getting called and going by Sandwich Jones?
Are we doing this?
This
Is this?
we're doing it. Everyone wants to
Golly.
know, dude.
I don't know if
People are sitting on the edge of their seats right
I didn't
now.
know the internet was. I didn't know this. I didn't know you wanted to make this podcast that viral.
I'm coming. Coming for it, dude.
Like 6 people know, and 6 people know who I am. Who gives a fuck? But
3 of them are here.
but it is really 2.5. Yeah.
Yeah.
We circled back to the joke.
You like that joke?
That's funny.
Take your time.
So it has been fun to be mysterious with it, but I guess if I'm gonna fucking get that story out there outside of just in tongue in cheek, my dad thinks that. Okay, my dad calls everything a sandwich.
Okay. In like what context? Just, well, there's a sandwich.
He can be eating a bowl of soup and be like, "It's a good fucking sandwich."
Oh, so like food mostly?
Yeah,
Okay.
and not just like sandwich.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
like he's eating like if it's a food, yeah.
Okay.
And I don't know. That seemed funny.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I took pleasure in it. And maybe I've met my dad like a few times. He's a swell guy. Peace and love. But maybe it was just a one-off thing. But in my head I was like, I'm gonna call everything a sandwich. That's a really fucking good idea. And then it went from there to calling myself Sandwich because I was trading around different nicknames. Some people would call me Lunchbox. I was a little more portly back then.
Okay.
You know, there was other ones, probably not as radio friendly, but
You can say it, man. We ain't radio friendly here, man.
But I started calling myself Sandwich, and then it turned into Sandwich Jones somehow, and then it became Dr. Sandwich Jones.
Doctor, PhD.
Yeah,
Sandwich.
it became more and more. And the thing that was weird was that I would meet people that knew that I didn't know I had ever met. Granted, back then I was drinking a lot. So I'd go places and be like, Sandwich Jones is here. And I'm like, I've never been to this bar. That's kind of scary. But I've since sobered up with peace and love. But so like, it became a thing. And then I moved up here. And I remember seeing, I think it was Jimmy or somebody that was like, Sandwich Jones. And I'm like,
fuck, you know that.
how the fuck? Yeah, I don't like this. And then as much as I tried to get away from it, there's just no way. So when I really started to develop this business, I realized that it was kind of an unfair advantage.
Branding.
Because the world's full of unfair advantages. But that was like mine. So it became a thing where like people would just be like, who did that video? I'm like, oh, fucking Sandwich Jones did it. And I would just be like, oh shit, this is strange, but working. But it's really, but here's the downfalls. Here's the pitfalls of being called Sandwich fucking Jones.
Nobody knows who your name is.
First of all, it's tattooed on my knuckles. But second of all, one, it's really hard to explain on Tinder.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Holy shit. You will
bet.
not get a good response. I don't care how you
like
spin it. I'm not fucking a dude named
Take
Sandwich.
a picture with a dog, dude. They might overlook it then.
Oh, it ain't the pictures. This is fine. This is good. We're in business here. But the moment that they're just like, oh no, I wouldn't fuck somebody named Sandwich Jones.
Dude, you ain't found the right woman yet on Tinder. I swear, dude. They're out there. They're looking for a
then
sandwich.
I joked about changing my name illegally.
To Sandwich.
And that didn't go well.
I don't think. I mean, could you do that? I mean,
yeah, you could change your name.
Saying.
Think about all the crazy fucking names out
there.
there.
Well, you could, but just like, I mean, yeah, you could change
it just costs a lot of money and it's a lot of effort. I think you have to have a lawyer. It's a whole thing. But my business license is officially Sandwich Jones LLC.
That's awesome.
Which is really fun in corporate situations where like they had to give me a Wi-Fi sheet so if I needed to log in with from their IT people, and it had my logo at the top, and it was like Sandwich Jones's account, and I'm just like,
this is the thing,
the shit that you can get away with this being your business name,
dude. That's enjoyable. I mean, shit.
Oh, it's a lot though.
It's fun.
It comes with its own.
Because I think back when we met, bringing it back to the 2017 conversation when we first met, I'm pretty sure you was introduced to me as Sandwich Jones, and I don't even think you said your name. I think you're just like, hey, what's up? And someone else was like, this is Sandwich Jones, and I'm like, you're like, yep.
It was probably Sonny. Shout out to Sonny's vape shop.
Sonny. It might have been Ben.
Because Sonny was one of the first people I really went around, and then John.
Really? Okay, yeah, John.
Because I had to go to the vape shop.
Man.
I'm on the vape shit. So I was always over there, and then it kind of just started from there. And we knew a lot of mutual people anyways.
And that was the scene back then, too, when you came in literally the fucking perfect time.
Yeah,
dude.
I creeped right in. And then I told...
Main Street was a mess.
I would like show up and be like, hey, I'm going to film this. So
we were skateboarding on that motherfucker, dude. The cops hated us. We were making loud noises until fucking 1 a.m.
Yeah,
shit.
they had the freestyle battle and shit.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. The belt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I filmed that just for the culture.
This dude, for sure. And we were there just for the fucking culture, dude. Yeah. We weren't... None of this stuff that we have established now was even a thought then, dude.
No. And that's the thing is like all of that led to this.
It's
in
crazy.
Such a crazy way. And then that's what we're calling it now, by the way. Anytime you do something for free, we're doing it for the culture.
For the culture?
Yeah. Sometimes
that
we'll do things for the culture.
That sounds like a lame way to say you're not getting paid.
The fucking shoe fits. I mean, sometimes you do things for the culture, my guy.
Hey, man. I mean, you got to. I mean, if somebody don't do it, who the fuck's gonna do it?
I'm working on this fucking recording stems at live shows right now, and I've been doing plenty of that for the fucking culture because there's been some slip ups and fuck ups.
There was another person that was doing that. I found him years ago. It's like fuck. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna show you because there's a dude that's been recording shows like just the stems forever and putting them on YouTube. Like a bunch of dude, you can find local shows you've been at for years back.
Oh yeah, it's a thing.
It's cool.
Well then
Cincinnati
George
local archive or something like that.
Oh no, it's Cincinnati Video Archive. That's George Forster.
Yeah, okay. I've never met him.
He's a good dude.
Yeah,
he's been capturing shows since like 2005.
Yeah.
And he has like tapes.
There's all there, man, on YouTube.
DV tapes
it's crazy.
and shit. He's a legend. I see him every once in a while. I think I've played 2 shows with him.
That's
filming,
cool.
and I'm
Well,
just
mention me when you're on.
legend.
Tell him I've been a fan since about 2017 and the whole idea.
He's super good, dude. What I'm working on is I bought a laptop for it, and I'm still bitching about that. Legends has an X32 from the Behringer X32 console.
Yeah.
Any place with an X32, you can plug in through via USB.
Yes.
If they have the card. And
Yes.
then you can record 32 tracks.
Which that's the thing that a lot of people miss with the Behringer is the card. That
It's
extra
a great
card.
unit. But
No, it is.
32 tracks in your computer, and then you can do the mix. That's how I did Knock Loose and some other stuff.
Which that sounded really good for being a live show like that. I mean, you don't normally catch that stuff.
I'll
Normally
show
someone's
you
gotta
one.
zoom.
I'll send you one in a minute, but that I just did. But like, there's been some fuck ups on my end on this, so that's why I've been. Doing
We
the
always
culture.
fuck up on the video side and audio side of shit.
It's been a nightmare, but now I've got it dialed in.
Well, fuck yeah, I'm excited to see some of that sandwich. But dude, thank you so much for coming out. It's been a
Well, I am right down the street.
hell of a
guys.
fucking goofy show. I love that. That it was. There's been a lot of phone calls, a lot of fuck ups. Caden didn't sit down in the chair. I wish you would have.
Next time.
Next time sandwich
Next
comes
year,
on, you're
same time.
February, March. You're sitting right here next to Sandwich Jones.
Squat your sweet little cheeks.
You
over
better
here.
smell nice for this delicate dandelion.
I smell fucking great. Right now.
But anyway, Sandwich, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you.
Stay out of trouble, everybody.
And this has been Talking to Me, Talking to You. Thank you for watching.